Recently, I've been receiving some really interesting comments like, Robin, these toy cameras that you're talking about, they look like complete trash and a waste to the environment. Or, Robin, if you're not shooting certain camera formats, then you are not a real photographer. In this video, I want to talk about how we should be less toxic and try to learn to respect that we are all different photographers and we enjoy our photography differently. Let's do this! We are all different photographers, therefore we have different opinion. There's no right and wrong, but I think it is important to respect each other. Now, the arguments when it comes to photography topics, it is endless. There is digital versus film. There's DSLR versus mirrorless. There's black and white versus color, and JPEG versus RAW, right? To me, it doesn't matter. We are all entitled to our own opinion, but what makes the difference is how you say your opinion. You can choose to be mean, offensive, or you can choose to be respectful, right? For example, you can say that, these toy cameras are trash. They are a complete waste to the environment. I don't see the point of using a toy camera at all. They are just a disaster. Instead of being so mean and toxic, why don't you just say, okay, toy cameras are not for me. I prefer to use my smartphone or my mirrorless cameras. I think that could be much better and friendlier, right? You can choose to be kinder. And I think at the end of the day, if we want this world to be a better place, don't you think we should choose to at least try to be nicer instead of just being intentionally cruel to each other? It is important to acknowledge that a good photograph is a good photograph regardless of how it was taken. It may be shot with a 100 megapixels medium format camera, or a rangefinder Leica, or a DSLR, or on film, or digital, or a smartphone, or an all point and shoot digital camera. It doesn't really matter. If you look at a photograph, the important thing is that the photograph moves you. It has a compelling story to tell. It has a powerful moment. It conveys certain expression and idea. You feel that emotion through that photograph. Whatever that photographer is trying to convey, you get that. Then that photograph is a great photograph. Does it really matter how it was shot? I don't get the obsession of gear. How some people will say, you must shoot with certain format. Anything lesser than that is not good. You must be using this certain camera or lens. If you use other cameras and lenses, then you'll never get as good photograph. Everything is bad. It's just weird because I think if a photograph is good 10, 20, 30 years ago, it is still a good photograph today before all this latest and greatest gear exists. I think we should respect that. We are all free to use whatever we choose to. We are free to decide how we want to do our photography, and who is to tell us how to enjoy our photography? I've said this already, we are entitled to our own opinion, and most of the time we all have differing opinions. Our opinion, my opinion, your opinion, they are all valid, but it is very important to understand where the line is. I think we should never impose our beliefs and our opinion on other people. It is okay for you to choose certain things to believe in. It is okay for you to stick to certain rules, but to expect everyone else to agree with you, to expect everyone else to follow what you believe, I think there's something wrong there somehow. And it is important to celebrate diversity, right? It's nice that we're all different. It's good that we all use different camera systems, camera formats, and we have different photography style. That's what makes photography interesting. We can be different photographers shooting the same thing at the same location at the same time, but still get different results. I think instead of turning the differences into something ugly, something to fight for, why don't we celebrate our diversity? I think it's a beautiful thing that we're all different. I believe it is very important to acknowledge the fact that photography, like any art form, is subjective. What is considered a good photograph to one person may not be a good photograph to another. And it is okay for you to like and dislike certain photographs, but it is not okay for you to take away anything from or the importance of a photograph just because you don't like that photograph. I'm sure you've seen this situation before. You go to a photography competition or exhibition where they showcase the winners, and then there's the number 1, number 2, number 3 on the display, right? I'm sure you've heard someone say, I don't see how this person can win the top spot. I don't see how this photographer can win this contest. There's nothing special in his photograph. I can do better. I deserve to win. I'm sure you've heard of this situation before. And we have to really keep our egos in check. This is a situation where you don't understand just because you don't understand why certain photographs can win a contest or why some people consider certain photographs are good. Just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean those are bad photographs. And it's okay not to like those photographs as well. You just have to know your place and not openly invalidate those photographs. I think it's very important to really be more open-minded in these scenarios. Same with gear choices, right? Just because you don't like using certain camera formats, say some people, they don't like Micro Four Thirds for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that other people cannot use Micro Four Thirds, right? Just because you don't understand how some people can get good shots with Micro Four Thirds, it doesn't mean that other people cannot use the system, right? Like, why do you have to impose what you believe on others? Just let everyone enjoy photography in their own way. At the end of the day, photography is a personal journey. Photography is not a competition. It is not about you versus other people. There's no point comparing yourself against your peers or other photographers. Photography is about you expressing yourself, you doing your own things, you seeing the world your own way, and you shooting your own photographs. When you do photography, you put a part of yourself into your work. So instead of worrying about what everyone else is doing, what gear everyone else is shooting with, how everyone is doing the photography, or how everyone is not doing things the right way, and complaining and making such a big fuss everywhere, why don't you just focus on yourself? Work on your photography, because we could all be better. We can all improve. And photography is a never-ending journey, right? None of us are perfect photographers. Instead of trying to make other people do things a certain way, why don't we work on ourselves and improve our own craft? I think that's more important. We should focus on ourselves. It is a personal journey after all. Instead of spreading so much hatred online, trying to get everyone to agree with you, trying to prove everyone wrong, and telling everyone what to do, what to shoot with, why don't we choose to spread love instead? Because I believe photography is so enjoyable. It's meant to be enjoyed. And I think that going out to shoot is very therapeutic. That's why I call my shooting sessions shutter therapy, right? There's just so much joy and fun in doing photography. We can choose to be kinder. We can choose to respect each other and celebrate the differences instead of turning those differences into something that we fight on. Why don't we just be nicer to each other and really enjoy photography together? Do you agree with my thoughts? Please share your opinion in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, but please be kind and respectful in the comments section. If you found my sharing beneficial, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal, or you can join as a member. Links in the description below on how you can do any of that. Any support goes a long way, will definitely help me to continue making more content and share them here with everyone. Until the next one, I'm just gonna repeat saying this again and again in every video. Please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.